Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special video of Satisfactory, where I decided to torture myself by beating the video game in one video. That's right, from start to finish, I play the video game, so of course, spoiler warning, guess what's going to be in there? The story. But with that being said, I do include in the Discord all the different saves from each of the phases, so if you want to check out the base and go in depth and see how I set things up, feel free to check it out. They will be in the Discord, as well as a very special thing of my 1.0 world save. So if you want to see that as well, that'll also be in the Discord. But without further ado, I say, let's get on with it. So we're going to start off with a brand new game, and then we're going to choose the location that we want to go into. I'm going to choose the grassy fields, and for session name, I want pure chaos. And let us begin. Now, in terms of orientation of this game, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to get in a pod, you're going to get set hurtling towards another planet you've never been to before, and an AI is going to tell you that you need to exploit, explore, and do a whole bunch of things to this planet that we're never going to see again, as is tradition. But we're definitely excited for that, so let us begin.
Personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant.
And we open up the door into greatness as we take our first steps into the perfect playthrough. We grab our build gun because yes, we're gonna need this alien fancy futuristic technology to make whatever crazy thing that we plan on doing.
To survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, A, B, in the binary system.
Glorious. But anywho, now we get to grab our zappy stick and put that in our hand. Ooh. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. He touched it. And now we got to dismantle the drop pod and put that in our pocket. Lucky for us, it gives us iron ore, but you know, who knows? It's the future and crazy things happen in the future. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to grab myself some extra iron ore, and I'm going to need this to build the hub. But of course, I'm not going to build the hub right here. No. I'm going to make my way to a special area, and all I got to do is bunny hop all the way over to this crater. This looks nice, but I want to go around it because there's some enemies in there. So of course, I'm going to bunny hop all the way over here, and there we go. Our first drop pod of the playthrough. Now to get this, we have to take care of the locals, but lucky for us, we have been given a shocky stick and they have been given a nervous system. So in that aspect, we're, set, ready to go. Haha, take that, I juked him. But of course, we take him out of the way and there he goes, he's gone, never to be seen from again. And now we can grab whatever we want from this thing. Which, lucky for us, it's operational, so now we can get ourselves our very first hard drive. Also, the nice thing about this is we can dismantle the drop pod, which gives us extra resources, especially early on. So of course, I'm going to dismantle the drop pod. I'm going to pick up all this lovely trash that's on the ground, because one man's trash is another man's items that are going to be used to be building a massive empire. So I'm going to organize those in my inventory because I'm not a crazy person, and it's time to build the hub. Now building the hub is great, but this is not the hub location for the future. This means I need 3 things to knock off right away. First is going to be hub upgrade number 1. This will give me new hand slots. Hub upgrade number 2, which gives me the ability to build stuff that I don't need right now. And hub upgrade number 3, which gives me the ability to build even more stuff. But unfortunately, I need hub upgrade number 4, which gives me more inventory slots. And alas, this drop pod did not give me enough stuff, which is sad. But that doesn't mean there's not another location. All I gotta do is find the pond, and then walk around aimlessly for a little while, and hot damn, another drop pod location. Once I take care of the locals, unfortunately, I can't take care of and open this up because I do not have hub upgrade number 6, which would actually give me enough items to break this open. But of course, I'm going to pick up more trash off the ground and make my way to the 3rd drop pod location. Now to get to this one, all I have to do is scoot myself around because guess what? The landscape knew I wanted to get up here. So of course I'm going to jump over and get, stuck in time for some reason. That was weird, but whatever. And then I can make my way up here and over and around, and here we go to drop pod location number 3. Lucky for me, there are no enemies, but lucky for them, really. And it actually makes it so it's available, which means I can grab another hard drive out of here. Now we need to clean up the trash and get rid of this and take that out of the way and pick up all the other stuff so we can build the hub yet again. The nice thing about building the hub this time is we can unlock upgrade number 4. This gives us the ability to have more hand slots, thank God. Now I can pick up even more trash, and we can do hub upgrade number 5, which gives us even more inventory slots. And we have the ability to make it because we have enough items, which is great. And hub upgrade number 6 is our final milestone for phase 0, but I do not have enough things. But I do have an idea, and the idea is to take the hub and make my way to the next drop pod location, which is over here in the water. Now, unfortunately, I do not have enough iron plates, otherwise I'd make storage containers and make my way up there very easily. But there are other ways around that. Say hello to the hub, that I could just press H to hold and build wherever I want it. Now, this actually has a ladder on the side because I built so much of it. And I can make sure that I can actually jump high enough by, there we go. Okay, so now we can build that. I can jump up here and go up this ladder. Going up the ladder, all I gotta do is slide all I have to do is just slide mother. Anyway, all I have to do is just dismantle it, rebuild it, put it in the proper spot, shove it into the wall, and then I'll have a ladder to wherever I need. So it's time to climb up and see what we got going on over here, and hopefully everything that we need is in this one area. We got lucky, there is no enemies up here, but then we got unlucky because we did not have modular frames. Unfortunately, I did not find any in the previous drop pod locations, but that doesn't mean we don't have enough materials we can grab and complete hub upgrade number 6 by building the hub in the final location of where it's going to settle, over here on this beach location. If you've ever seen my playthroughs, you know how much I love this area. And at last, we're going to throw the final pieces of the puzzle in and unlock hub upgrade number 6 and finish phase 0 of the plan. Now we have just one singular focus: build the space elevator and rule the world.
Fixit looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fixit is a future with you.
Alright, with phase 0 behind us, the tutorial's complete. It is time to focus our attention on the space elevator and complete the video game. Now, the funny part about that only took 21 minutes of real time. So, if you're excited for what we just did and you're excited for the future, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's the only way that I can tell that I'm a good boy and I did a great job. But with that out of the way, it's time for some more prep work into the future. You see, over here on this beach location, which is why I love it so much, there's this mysterious cave. And look how fast we can go over there with the slide and jump bunny mechanic. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to realize that in this cave, there is a bunch of stuff that is attacking me. But there's also these little piles over here. These piles are lizard doggo dens, kind of. And they make these piles, but there is a special hidden secret if we go over here and we hug the wall and we make our way over this mysterious path. Now, you got to be careful because this is treacherous and dangerous. We don't have blade runners or anything like that. Also, there decides to be a bunch of little ne'er-do-wells who come at me from every angle. I can hear them. And oh, you little bugger. And they want to make sure you're having a bad time. Like, you can hear them in the cave. It's not good. But I wanted to keep this in here so you can see the location and how easy it is to get here, especially even if you didn't have come on, bro. You're ruining the shot. Anyway, we're going to make our way up here to these other little lizard doggo pen. We can delete some stuff and get more extra things in our inventory. And voila. A free pair of blade runners without having to unlock quartz. So now we can jump higher, fall faster without getting damaged or whatnot, and we can do it to the next part, which is making our way up this over here, over this little thing, and all the way to that waterfall. It's so simple. All you have to do is build this instead, because why would we put ourselves in danger like that at all? I don't even know. But we can make our way up here, and this gives us another lizard doggo pen with more items we can grab, as well as a Xeno Basher. Oh boy, this thing is glorious, right, little buddy? Right. Yeah, I would never hurt you. I'm not no evil Josh man. But anyway, now that we got that, we are truly ready to start this playthrough. But of course, there are a couple other lizard doggo pens in this area that we can grab, which will give us a bunch of materials early on. There's even one all the way over there. All we have to do is just make a huge jump and land safely in the water, and there we go. Now we can just go over there and jump this one. I'm kidding. We're not jumping it. We're going to use foundations because it's safer. I might be insane, but I'm not crazy. There's a difference, I swear. So we make our way up here, and that will give us more items, as well as a very unique one-of-a-kind item. That's right, you can get head in this game, or a helmet, or whatever you want to call it, and an extra Xeno Zapper for no apparent reason. Now with the Blade Runners, we can make our way back to our hub, and lucky for us, with these, we can go so much faster. Oh my god, I'm so fast. Meow. Ka-chow. Anyway, so yeah, now I get to make my way back to the hub, and we can do more work, because now we can unlock a bunch of other items. Like this one right here for field research, which gives us the MAM, more inventory slots, as well as a map. But first, now that I have all my wonderful stuff, I feel invincible. I feel like I can take on the world. And yes, this makes it so much easier to delete all the ne'er-do-wells around the world, and of course, even slide and, you know, basically not get hit by them. Too slow, bro. Okay, come on, stop it. Stop it, stop it. Stop it. Get out of my safe space. Oh, okay. I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. But he died first, and in the end, isn't that all that matters? And lucky for me, I can go into here, grab myself another wonderful hard drive, and delete ever records of there being anything over here. Wow. Now, some of these, I really don't want to just test my luck. Sometimes it's been going really well, but other times, I just want to kind of go in here, grab what I need, and get out. Because in the end, that's all that really matters, is grabbing the stuff. I don't really need their carcass, but I want it. So now that we have the resources, we can dump them into field research and give us the ability to look at the map, which is great, especially early on, and gives us the ability to focus on our next wonderful thing, like obstacle clearance, where we can get even more inventory slots. So obviously I grabbed everything that I needed off screen, because why have to watch all of this? It'd be a 50-hour video if we had to do that. And what are we going to do with all this lovely inventory space? Well, I'll tell you. We're going to go around the world. We're going to grab ourselves even more drop pods. I mean, why build a factory when I can go over here, delete the local wildlife, and take their resources for my own? Right, little guy? Right. He thinks he's people. Hey. No. But in the meantime of all this, I have my lovely chainsaw, because I need to build baby's first fuel generator. And if you've never used the chainsaw in update 1.1, it is so satisfying to cut down these trees. Oh, the little ones are just fun, and they're great. And then the big ones, oh my god. Timber! Ha! Wait, let's see if this one does it even better. Come on, bruh. Oh, perfect. I love it. But of course, with baby's first fuel gen, what we need to do is build a 3 foundation wide, and then of course we can go as far as we want. But we're going to build ourselves our first constructor right here in the middle, and then another one facing the other way, and then another one facing the opposite way. Now we're going to set the center one to solid biofuel, and then one of them for leaves and one of them for wood. That way it makes the biomass, and then it turns it into solid biofuel, and bam, we are good to go. Now it's time to grab our biomass burners, and this is how we're going to set this up so it's expandable. One on one side, one on the other, Then I'm just gonna jump over here. I'm gonna grab this merger, switch it over to a splitter. And as long as I put a splitter in the center, we are good. I just gotta hook it up to power. Well, hook the power up to it, or whatever you want to call it, and hook up wires to everything. All of this is connected properly, and the only problem is we need some starter fuel to get us going. So of course I grab myself some wonderful biomass, threw that in there. There's only 4 units. Hopefully that'll be enough to get this up and running before the actual real stuff goes in there. I'm pretty confident it will be, but you never know. And there it goes. Power is set, and we are good. And there it is, the shiniest little burning material ever. 4 units starting us right off, and hey, turns out we had plenty of biomass. That actually was not a problem. So of course that's going to take care of itself, and we can finally go over to the hub and really start this playthrough. Because the first thing we're going to need is a part assembly for the first space elevator part. Thank you, Ada, for letting us know, but this gives us the ability to build the assembler. And in the assembler will be the first space elevator part we need. So, of course, this is the time where I needed to stop what I was doing, get serious, and actually build a factory. Yep, that's right. I needed to make sure I have all the wonderful iron stuff, such as screws, rods, and plates. Make sure I have all the copper stuff, which is just wire and cable. And of course, the most basic of basic items. That's right, concrete. I need to make sure I have all this stuff ready if I was ever going to finish phase 1 of the space elevator. Now, before we get going, I want to start building the MAM. And the reason for this is there's a special unlock I want to do in there, and I kind of need the MAM up and running. Now, you just gotta be careful about unlocking too many things at once because Ada gets all testy.
Sometimes toes need to be stepped on for the sake of progress.
Really?
Fortunately for you, I have no toes.
Sassy, Ada,
Your
sassy.
enthusiasm for saving the day has been noted. Your attitude has also been noted.
Hey, my attitude's great.
The message you just skipped is one of the winners of the monthly Pioneer's Choice Most Interesting Message Award. What a shame.
And before I forget, I might as well build the space elevator. Gotta have it somewhere, right? We'll get this going, and ooh, this is like the best machine to build in the entire game. I am not gonna lie, they really outdid themselves when they made this thing. It looks amazing, well designed, and of course, that opening animation. I honestly do not want to skip this. I don't want to cut it out of the video. If you guys want to skip past it, I completely understand. But this right there, oh, really sets the mood. Why did that look? That looks so messed up. No glitches, all features, no bugs whatsoever. Everything. Wait, is it having a seizure? What the hell? Everything works perfectly. Why did that little bit see? It doesn't matter. They outdid themselves regardless of how many bugs that just caused. But as you can see right here, smart plating. That is what we need for phase 1. And we are going to be able to accomplish that so easily.
Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
I don't plan on letting anybody down, but I do have a plan, and that plan requires 2 things. So thing number A is a SAM node. Luckily we have one real close by, and it looks trippy as all hell when you stand on it, which is strange alien material. So I'm going to grab myself a whole bunch of portable miners, mostly because they don't use energy, but also because they look adorable, so it can give me some ore so I can throw that into the MAM, and I'm able to scan for SAM, as well as produce it into its next logical item. Now the other thing I need, or thing B, is a summer sloop. So I'm going to go around the map and see if I can find one right off the bat, but alas, for this to work I need a minimum of 2 just to begin. So I'm going to go over here and grab a second one, put that in my pocket, and take it back to the MAM. Me when the Viagra runs out, am I right, fellas? This is an automating game. Calm down, Chaos. So back in the MAM, I'm going to drop off the stuff that I was able to find, and that's going to unlock the ability to scan for summer sloops in the future. This will be great because it'll be much easier to find the ones in the wild. The other thing I'm going to need is the production amplifier, and unfortunately it needs materials that I cannot automate right now. But of course I've been finding drop pods left and right, so you gotta know that I've already found everything that I need.
These buildings can now have a summer sloop embedded to increase resource output without requiring more input, at the cost of greatly increased power consumption.
Perfect, exactly what we need. The only problem is that power thing, but hey, it's early on. There's ways around that, and I know exactly what to do. What we're going to do is we're going to grab more biomass burners, and we're going to increase the amount of output that we have just to be safe. But of course, there's one other thing that I'm going to need. 2 more somber sloops. So with my ThinkPad, I'm off on an adventure to grab exactly what I need off screen, because that would be boring. So with those being in place, I can now have a double the output as soon as I prime the system. To do that, you have to pick a recipe that you do not really care about, throw a bunch of resources in there, and then we wait. And once it's produced, bam, the system is prime. You can turn it over to the actual one you want and throw everything in there and watch it go. This should take no time at all for us to get a full bin of smart plating, or at least enough to get us through the space elevator. So here's the 50 that I need, and now we can go over to the space elevator. We can throw it right into the machine. We can pull the lever and get ready for the epicness that is Phase 1 complete. Woo! Awesome, record time.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer
All right,
Progress presentation.
PowerPoint.
Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery.
Is it me or does
On
music
delivery,
sound familiar?
Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed.
Great asset.
After completion of Phase 1,
asset.
the technologies of Tiers
Great
3
asset.
and 4 will become
Great
available
asset.
in the hub.
Asset.
Highlights are
Asset.
automated power,
Anybody
steel
else,
production,
or is that just
personnel
me?
Transportation, and many more.
Great
Completing
asset.
Phase 2 of
Great,
Project
great.
Assembly
I'm
is
sorry,
your
I
next main
can't
objective.
unhear it.
New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better Fix-It future.
Amazing. And now we're ready to pull the lever, Crunk, so we can finish this and make our way to Phase 2. Boom. And voila! We are setting off. Wait, let me fix that. Quick, reset. There we go. You saw nothing. And just like that, Phase 1 has been complete. I love this animation. I love everything about the space elevator. It really gets you excited for going big. And welcome into Phase 2 of the space elevator fun. This is kind of fun because we have just went from 50 smart plating to now we need 1,000. That is a 200% increase in difficulty from the previous one. Now let's add in an extra 100% on that because we need 1,000 versatile framework, and guess what? We still haven't even told you what that versatile framework is, but it should be fun, I know, right? And let's sprinkle in a little bit extra with the 100 automated wire. Yep, we are 5 hours and 50 minutes into this playthrough, and we're already being asked to do a bunch of crazy things. Sounds like fun. I can't wait to see what the future holds, but luckily I'm a pro and I can take care of this no problem. But in the meantime, I'm changing up my color scheme and making my stuff look fantastic, as well as making sure that my character's good before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this phase. So for Phase 2, I want to focus on automated power, and that means getting into coal power. And once I've unlocked that, I can actually scan for coal. I can look on my map and be told exactly where I need, which is really close nearby, which is why I love this location. All you have to do is take the express elevator and jump off this waterfall, whee, and into the other waterfall, whee, and there we go. Now we're in this nice little valley down here where there's plenty of water and plenty of coal. So I'm going to take these 2 normal nodes over here and I'm going to turn them into fun. So if we go back into the hub, we can go here and unlock advanced steel production, which gives us a miner Mark II. But it's going to need some things, and I don't have any of those things automated. But I got drop pods to take care of that. And then go back to the hub and throw it all into the mix and let it fly away. Bye-bye, materials. Bye-bye. After Ada gives us some words of encouragement, I need to make myself 4 portable miners. And let's see what else I need for the Miner Mark II. I wonder if I have any of these items. Ha, I'm kidding. Of course I do. I've been prepared for years. And with all that underway, I was able to build myself a nice small power plant, automated to the brim with power. 16 coal generators with 6 water extractors and 2 Mark II coal miners. Oh my god, it was hard to say, but I got it out there and it looks phenomenal. I love it. And let's go take a look under the hood. Yep, we are making 150 megawatts of power because we only need 150 megawatts of power. But that's not enough. This should be making much more. See, here's the thing. When you first have this going, if you turn it off, it'll allow you to build up material without causing a problem. So all I gotta do is turn the rest of them back on, and voila, once they're full, they run like a beauty. Now check that out. 1,200 megawatts of power from 150 megawatts of power. That is pretty darn good. And the nice thing about it is, once everything is up and running, it will use the 150 megawatts of power because it is exceptionally good. Now I need to make it to base, and I can hook up my automated power to my regular power grid. Woohoo! We finally did it. Our first form of automation. And now I can take all of this wonderful stuff, dismantle it, and throw it in my pocket. Or I would have if I might need it for something else. It's always good to have an extra just to be safe, because that little buffer, you know, worst case scenario, we need it. Especially because the next thing I want to do is unlock the slug power. That's right, these nice beautiful space slugs that are absorbing whatever cosmic energy, we want to grab those and put those in our pocket. Ew. And of course, some of them are not as easy to get. You have to do some really hardcore parkour. Come on. And you got to be careful not to fall off, because it's going to be annoying to jump back up and grab it. But your reward is more slugs, as well as other things hidden around the map. Now you could do this a little bit easier by grabbing foundations and basically Minecrafting your way to victory. I can get up there in 2 seconds, but when they give you this cool hardcore parkour map, you gotta enjoy the fun every now and again. Alright. Parkour! 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 And one more for good luck. Hooray, we made it. And we get a nice bright yellow slug, which is awesome. I need this. Take it with me. Ew, that one's even worse. Thank God they don't have a snow map. So while I'm out and about looking for slugs, I'm gonna grab myself some Mercer spheres, as I haven't gotten any before. And if I'm lucky, it'll talk to me. Then I can go in the MAM and I can start unlocking slug power. Yes, we can finally get some power shards, which gives me the ability to scan for slugs, as well as the most important thing ever, overclocking production. This is what I need to make this go a little bit quicker. So if we go over here, we can go all the way down and we can handcraft ourselves some power shards. But why do that when I can go all the way over here, go back up to my wonderful constructor, talk to this little guy right here, and then switch the recipe to, yes, power slugs. Now I can throw this in there and voila, there we go, extra power shards. It doubles everything I need, and then I can come back into the MAM and I can unlock it, which is really great because that makes it go so much quicker. So back to the machine, I can finally throw these in here and I can check to see how big of a power disparity this is. So from 16 megawatts to, oh, that is quite a big jump. Dang, good thing I got a decent power grid. But of course we also want to check the assembler. As you can see, it is okay, not too bad. But if I up this one, I think we're gonna see an even bigger jump. This is going to be the crazy one. Over 200 megawatts. Dang, that's crazy. But it does produce a lot of these reinforced iron plates, which we need a lot of, especially if we're going to get the smart plating and everything else underway. But of course, alternate recipes are the way to go. So I have collected a bunch of hard drives. I want to look into getting some alternate recipes to see if there's any good ones. Yes, this one right here. I need this. I want that. So with all those alternate recipes, I was able to rebuild my base just to get everything nice and organized, make it a lot easier, especially when I'm changing things up, because unfortunately what I had before was a hot mess. So now I got all the belts coming in on one nice line, as well as having everything nice and neat and organized and ready to go for when we go anywhere further with this build. I also have my little section over here that is making me all the wonderful stuff that is being duplicated using somber sloops. So of course, at the end one, we'll go and check this one out right here. This one is making me versatile framework, the last thing I need for this lovely thing. To do that, I need modular frames, so I got those, so I can put those right in. And then this one over here is making me reinforced iron plates, so I can make the modular frames. Little by little, I just grab whatever I need from these bins over here. As it is nice and organized, it makes it a lot easier to just grab it, slide my butt back over, and of course I'm just bunny hopping. It's so much fun to do this. And then once I get in there, I can just throw it in a bin, make sure it's the right one, bam, and it keeps going. Make sure to grab a couple from my pocket because I need some too. And with that, we have completed the rest of the versatile framework that we need. We only needed another 10 stacks, which is 500 versatile framework left, as I already made 500 before. So I can sort this, and as you see, I still have some left, which is great because we're going to need it for phase 3. But before that, let's go over here and grab the rest of my stuff. I just been putting it on the ground, and as you can see, some of it stacks quite interestingly. I do kind of like that. Means I can play with some of the levels and whatnot. But let me just grab everything like this, put it into my pocket, and I think I have enough room to carry it all. I sure do. Look at that. And now we can go to the space elevator and upload every single thing. Smart plating, a check. Versatile framework, a check. Automated wire, a check. Let's pull the lever and let's go. Oh my god. This is getting exciting. We're getting so much closer. All right, we're ready for the PowerPoint presentation.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now
Great
ready
asset.
for delivery.
Great
On delivery,
asset.
Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6
oil
will
production,
become
and we can
available
finally
in the
get some
hub.
proper
These might
power.
feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent.
That's true.
Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective.
More versatile
Just remember
framework.
to focus
Are we
on
ready for
producing
this?
and delivering
I'll
the
bet.
project parts, and fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
All right, so all we got to do is pull that last lever, and then we can get back and watch it being built. I always want to include this, even though I know it increases the runtime, because this is amazing to watch, especially if you have not seen this for the first time. So we'll get it in frame. We'll make sure everything's good. Kaboom. Break the sound barrier. And there we go. Look at it being built. That is such good. This whole thing has such amazing animation. It is so awesome. I love this thing. They really went all out with it. Yes. Glorious. Just glorious. So the first step for phase 3 is to go through the hub and check with C milestones that we're going to need to unlock in tiers 5 and 6 to actually get us to the end of phase 3. But there are other things like jetpack and whatnot that I want to unlock to make sure that I have, because I'm going to be using that to make it easier to build, traverse the locations, and grab every screenshot that I need. So getting into phase 3, we're going to need much more power, and lucky for me with the slug power, I am able to upgrade my power plant to double its output. Everything over here looks awesome. Hey, even Mr. Bean agrees, right, Mr. Bean? Right. Now with phase 3, we have unlocked the ability to go through oil processing, and oil processing is very simple when you get used to it. So all I got to do is take this crude oil, put it into 4 lovely refineries. These refineries process it into plastic and rubber. This also gives us a byproduct of heavy oil residue. If I take that heavy oil residue and put it into another refinery, I can get myself some petroleum coke. And if I take some water and petroleum coke and put that into a coal generator, I get enough power to process this whole thing. So in 10 minutes, I was able to whip this thing up and put it into place, and that's only one unlock on this. So now to build a real power plant, I'm gonna need petroleum power unlocked. Thank you, Ada. And that'll give me the ability to make the fuel generator. This thing right here is massive, is awesome, but we need to automate the stuff that we need for this. And one of those things is quick wire. Lucky for me, I have a node just right over here, and with one biomass burner, not even overclocked or anything like that, I was able to unlock and get myself enough quick wire to last me for days. Alright, so I just grab over here, grab what I need, and I'm off. And as you can tell, I have already unlocked some stuff in the MAM, including the Explorer, because, you know, why not? Between drop pod locations and finally having everything automated, like, hey, look, here's my quartz crystals. Quartz crystals. Here's my quartz crystals, guys. And this over here, I did the same thing as I did the other one. Throw the stuff in there. And voila, I can now grab whatever I need out of the bin. Grab myself a little bit of silica. And yeah, then I just grab some quartz crystals, grab what I need, and that's about it. You don't need that much when it's all getting overflown like this. Now, before I start building and everything like that, while I have things automated and building up resources, I need to unlock myself some hard drives. I found a couple around the map and got even more, but I'm gonna need specific recipes if I want to build this fuel power plant to the extreme. One is a heavy oil residue one, and the other is a diluted fuel one, which basically takes water and turns it into fuel. If I can get either one of these, I am set. And of course, sometimes you get a nice lucky reroll, and there we go. 1 of 2. Now I just need the other one, and we are good to go. So just like before, I'm going to show you how I built my power plant, and we're going to use crude oil for this one. A pure node, fully expanded, or whatever you want to call it, fully overclocked. So we're going to start off with a foundation, and then we're going to go into a refinery. This refinery is going to be making us heavy oil residue with our alternate recipe that takes crude oil and turns it into heavy oil residue. Now, lucky for me, I have a bunch of power shards from when I was exploring around the map. So I'm going to overclock this, and it's going to be amazing. Next thing up, we're going to need 3 more machines. We're going to need 2 packagers as well as 1 more refinery. Now, 1 packager is going to be unpackaging fuel. This is going to get the fuel that we need. Then we're going to use that alternate recipe that we got for diluted packaged fuel. And we're going to need the final one, packaging water. This is going to be really nice. So the idea is that the packaged water goes in the heavy oil residue. This is going to make me heavy oil residue. And you know what? Let's bring up some numbers. So a 600 line divided by 75, that means that I need 8 of these wonderful refineries to make me 100 each heavy oil residue, which means I'm making 800 heavy oil residue. This takes heavy oil residue and turns it into packaged fuel. So if I take that 800 and divide it by 75, which is full... that's not a good number. What about 50? So if I bring this down to 50, that should work much better. I could probably do it a different ratio, but we're just going to do it for this right now. And then all I have to do is take this one, and we're going to need the same amount. So maybe 2 power shards. So 100 of the packaged water. Basically, however much packaged water you're making is how much packaged fuel you're making. And then of course we wanted to unpackage, so 100 on that. Easy peasy. The ratios are not bad. You're just going to need a decent amount of power shards. And of course, after a little while, you get this. Check it out. All our polymer resin is just being trashed right now because we don't really need it. We have 8 wonderful refineries, and then these are all in groups of 3, 16 total. And that makes us a ton of power. And this actually didn't take me that long. As you can see, everything is up and running, so let's check the graph and see where we're at. We are currently at, oh my god, 17,940 megawatts of power, which is not correct in what this is supposed to be making. This is supposed to be making me 20,000 megawatts of power. But I did what I did for the other ones, and I turned some of them off so I can have fuel actually gradually upgrade or upfill or overflow or whatnot, basically saturating the line so we have plenty of fuel in the system, so when I finally turn it on, there are no problems. And when this is fully underway, when we get everything and all the bins are full and there is plenty of fuel, what are we looking at? 22,940. That is a ton of fuel, a ton of power for everything that we're about to do. Because with that underway and that finished, we can finally get into building the final space elevator parts, such as the modular engine, which takes smart plating, that's great, and of course the adaptive control units that takes automated wire. So let's begin on that. So to do this one, I had to revamp my whole entire base so that everything is in one location and it's all hooked up to power. That's right, everything I could be making is over here, and I love it. It took me a while, and I had to upgrade all my belts to Mark IV, so I had a full 480 line of every material that was coming in. But I was able to build everything, get it over here, and get it processing into basic components, and in some cases, complicated components. Well, semi-complicated, seeing as I got reinforced iron plates over here. I think it's one of these bins. I got rotors, I got stators, I got modular frames, I got my, silica, quick wire, all that stuff. Everything is being made over here and in one location, which makes it much easier. I don't have to run around the map. Oh, and one of my favorite ones, encased industrial beams, because I need those for my Mark IV belts. And we come across to this area over here, making me all my space elevator parts, and all of them are slooped up because why waste materials? As you can see, I have 14 somber sloops that are in here. That is a lot, but I also actually have an extra 21 just in case. Now this one right here is making me the last item that I need, and I already made the wonderful adaptive control units and threw those in there. They were just really simple, but I needed extra space elevator parts, so now I have a bin of most of that being made. Automated wire, why are you not going? Oh, you're missing cable. Oh well. I also actually went over here and I put a bunch of hard drives that I found around the map into the MAM. And now I have them in here, and they're basically holding positions so that I don't get any extra bad recipes. I want to get only good recipes going forward, so I thought I'd leave those in there, and as you can see, I can't unlock any more. But with that being said, it is time to unlock the final thing for phase 3. So we just got enough over here, so let me grab all of those and make my way over to the space elevator. Oh my god, it is time! We are finishing phase 3 in record time. I mean record time for you guys. It took me a while. So let me grab those modular frames, let me throw those in, and of course, we will get ready for our PowerPoint presentation. Ada, are you ready to show me what's coming next? What does phase 4 have entailed for me?
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress
this
presentation.
song again.
Congratulations, the Phase 3 project part shipment is finally ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 3 will be completed and the main body will be constructed. You should know how this works by now. You'll get access to tiers 7 and 8 in the hub.
Yes, hover
In
pack,
fact,
let's
perhaps
go.
you should just go look at the technologies there yourself. It's all laid out so that even a monkey could understand it, so you should have no issues.
Am I a monkey?
Speaking of which, I don't think you need a reminder about project parts.
You
Instead,
can
I will
do
be providing
it.
some interesting facts. Did you know the average pioneer succeeds at saving the day? Did you know the average pioneer knows
no.
how to optimize pipes?
No, the average pioneer doesn't know about pipe throughput and whatnot. The pipes don't work right.
Because they care about humanity? Anyway, I thought you might want to know more about your peers. Good luck in Phase 4.
All right, now that we've been taught about our peers, it is time to send it. And yes, we can finish Phase 3 and get into what is arguably the late game. And of course, as is tradition with this video, I will be watching this. Spoilers. Let's see this thing get built. Kaboom. On a nice clear sky, too. Alright, we're upgrading. Not as intricate as the other ones, but still cool to see. Alright, and we're finally getting in the main body, or whatever we were doing. Alright, that is so cool. And we're building a space laser, maybe. No. But there we go! Phase 3 is complete, and we can finally make our way to Phase 4 assembly. Let's go! So now we are starting Phase 4, where we look into the hub and see what we need to produce. And of course, there are some new wonderful things, but to get any of those wonderful things, we're going to have to start at the beginning and get ourselves aluminium. Now, lucky for me, I have everything ready to go, so I can unlock it pretty easily. That's not the problem. And of course, we can trek to the best area in the map up here on this giant, what do you think, it's a plateau? I think it's a plateau. Come on, little guys. Come to the edge. Oh. Bye, buddy. All right. Now, no. You don't knock me off. You go off. Whoop. Bye, buddy. And we can take out these guys. And of course, they died off screen, so you don't need to worry about that. So all we got to do is build ourselves a miner Mark II, get ourselves a conveyor belt in there, and put it up to 480 stuff per minute. And after a little bit, we got everything underway, and look at that, alclad aluminum sheets as well as aluminum casing. It was just like magic. Also, we've been building this stuff over and over again, and most of you guys have ever done this before, so you know how it goes. Now, the only problem is I have no idea what to do with this excess water, so I put them in these bins, and I just flush it occasionally. I mean, optimization or fully automation, not the problem. So we go back into the hub, and then we choose what our next thing is. Now, as lovely as I would love to get the hover pack, we got to unlock a few more things. And guess what? One of them is our first space elevator part. So we grab the items, we throw them in, and we unlock the ability to build the directory system, or whatever the hell it's called. And we get the ability to make a blender. Look at this thing. It looks amazing and has absolutely jack all in it. So, of course, that's completely useless. So I checked the manufacturer and can't find it in there either because, you know, I haven't made this part in like forever. And then, of course, I remember, yep, it's in an assembler. Oh, joy. And it's made from two very complicated parts. That's right, so it is made from adaptive control unit as well as a supercomputer. Now, that's not too bad, I guess, considering I have the adaptive control units being made over here. Mostly I had extra being made after the fact. I just needed the supercomputer. But of course, there's more space elevator stuff that I need to unlock, and all of that is in Tier 8. Where there are 4 specific ones that I have to unlock to get every single space elevator part available to even start building. So of course, without further ado, I knock the last one out right here, press the button, and it goes. And voila, we now have the ability to make every single space elevator part for phase 4. I've done nothing else special other than unlocking this stuff. Hooray! Well, there was the aluminum, but that's beside the point. So whilst trying to get everything unlocked so I could actually make every space elevator part, I had 2 space elevator parts somewhat automated. The adaptive control unit, I've just been putting the stuff in there. I've been going over, grabbing everything that I need. So like this, which I actually made sure was completely up and running still because I needed more of it. So I just grabbed what I needed, slide back over here, and then just chuck it back in. I did the same thing with the, what's it called? The supercomputers, got those up and running. And then this one, the magnetic fuel generator, this one was kind of fun. So I had this one over here. This was making me those wonderful versatile framework. So I just switched it to be making the other thing, which is the electromagnetic control rod, and voila, I just grabbed those 2 stacks and just kept putting them in there. And then everything gets merged together and put inside a bin over there. Now the thermal propulsion rocket, it needs a couple more things. Cooling systems, modular frames, all this stuff. I got the fused ones easy. I decided to get the cooling one over here because I brought in, what is it called? The nitrogen gas. Now the nice thing about this is I did the same thing. I just been grabbing everything and kind of moving it from one bin to another because apparently I'm the conveyor belt now. But when you're like hyped up on caffeine and everything and you're like, I'm ready to get this done, you're just ready to go. Now, in terms of the turbo motors, now we need 250 of these. So for every 1 turbo motor, we make 2 of those rocket propulsion thingamajiggers. So I only need 125. Now, granted, making 125, not that fun. But at last, we have the awesome sink, and it has me 8 tickets. And 8 tickets is great because if we go over here into the awesome shop, we can actually buy parts out of the awesome shop. And one of the main parts you can buy is, guess what? It's turbo motors. You can get 50 of them for 8. Hooray! That's most of what we need. Well, not really, but okay. Lucky for me, I've been putting stuff in there for quite some time, so I have a decent amount of tickets that I haven't spent on anything, surprisingly enough. So alas, if I get 3 of these, that will get me 150, which I only need 125. Gotta say, not bad all in a day's work. So of course I can just throw those in there, and because I don't want to be the conveyor belt too much, all I gotta do is build myself a bin and throw one of these over here and then just wrap it around. Gotta say, this setup works so well and I'll be using it in the future real often. So we'll throw the extra ones in here so there's 125 and let this thing go. Now for the final space elevator part, we're gonna need some pressure conversion cubes. Yes, these lovely things, which need 2 main things, fusion modular frames and radio control units. Now you needed radio control units earlier to unlock stuff, so of course I made a few extra. And might as well take this stuff while I'm here. And I have the fused modular frames being made for the other one as well, which aren't they're not really that difficult once you have aluminum and everything else up. So of course I'm going to build out this giant platform over here so that I can make the final machine that I need for phase 4. So I'm going to grab a couple extra stuff over here, cooling system and whatnot, and this will give me the ability to make a particle accelerator. Now this big chunky boy is going to take a lot of power. So unfortunately, this is going to hurt my grid so bad, seeing as I only have 20,000 megawatts. And of course, I want to somber sloop it up. Now unfortunately, I can't prime the system like the other ones because I don't have any nuclear stuff being made. But there is one thing that I'm also going to need with it besides the pressure conversion cubes. So all I'm going to do is switch one of these to be making copper powder. Copper powder is not too hard. You just throw a butt ton of the copper ingots in there and voila, you have a bunch being made. So all we're going to do is take a nice little thing, throw them in a bin, and then move it from one bin to the other because I'm the conveyor belt now. So once I get a bunch of those, I'm just going to slide on over to the nice little particle accelerator and throw it in there. And all I gotta do now is wait. Wait for everything to accumulate. Or I would if I wasn't the conveyor belt. Yep, for the last, I don't want to say how long, I literally went from machine to machine to machine, throwing items in there, moving stuff around. It kept me busy, but at last it was still faster than doing it all legit. Oh, and I messed up my power grid so bad. I was a sliver away from everything collapsing. So that was fun. Also, I don't know what's with the power grid, because all I did was try to go, you know, two times on the nuclear pasta with some somber sloops. Who knows? But of course, 2 times means 15,000 megawatts of power, which is almost my entire grid. And I sort of messed up the graph immensely. I don't know how I did this. I don't know what I did to do it. As you can see, it's running. But yeah, I ended up turning off a bunch of systems once I got a bunch of the space elevator parts all done. And that allowed me to get this to be 2 times to make it go much faster. And thank God, because otherwise I would go crazy if it took this long. Then I got all of them, I took them, and it is time to throw everything and complete phase 4 in record time, I might add. Oh, are we ready to be done with this? Hell yeah, we're ready. Oh, let's go! Phase 4, baby! Alright, are we ready for the PowerPoint presentation? I'm so ready for the PowerPoint presentation. What up, Beta?
Welcome to the Pioneers Got Power Problems presentation. That was a joke.
Also
anyway,
accurate.
You're familiar with the process.
Yep.
Just throw the lever and the automated systems will take over. Imagine
Great
all
asset.
the time and effort that would be wasted if you had to do all that work as well. Some work is just better suited for machines. Phase 5 contains
don't be the conveyor
technology the
belt.
human brain cannot comprehend, so just
You won't
trust
get
in
it.
me
Don't
and
ask.
fix it policy and everything will go as planned. Answering all your questions will take time we simply do not have. Everything is going to be just fine, so long as you do your job. We've come this far together after all, haven't we? Anyway, you know what to do. Just don't forget to keep producing previous project parts, and plan ahead when setting up new production lines,
plan ahead,
and make
that's
sure
gonna be
not to
very
leave it all
important.
until the last moment.
All right, and with our PowerPoint presentation complete, it's time to send up the stuff and watch as phase 4 is complete and we get to see the space elevator being built even more dramatically or whatnot. I don't know. Kaboom. I gotta say, I've had a lot of luck with clear days. Oh, building fuel tanks, building rocket propulsion systems on the edge. All right, that's gonna build the cone. That is so cool. Now building out the body. It's getting thicker. This planet can't handle the thickening. We are so close. So close. I love it.
Phase 4 of project assembly completed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, into phase 5, the final phase of the playthrough, we have matter conversion. Gives us the ability to make biomechanical sculptures, and then quantum mechanics, giving us AI servers, and of course, spiritual awakening, allowing us to make the ballistic warp drive. So of course, to unlock the first one, all I gotta do is go over to my factory, because yes, I made extra material just in case, which is always good to have going around. So all I gotta do is go over here, grab some of that extra material, put it in my pocket, and then we can make our way back to the hub. So we'll grab the third one right here, and then boom, slide on over, and here we go. We're gonna dump this over here, press the button, and bye-bye materials. After Ada tells us some interesting stuff, I can take a look at it, and oh my god, the biochemical sculpture, super easy, all things considered. All we need is the assembly directive system, which is the most hard thing to do, and we've already done that before. So if we put one of these over here, it's not too bad. It just needs an adaptive control unit as well as a supercomputer. Lucky for me, I've made extra adaptive control units, so I can take those, throw them in the bin, and voila, after a while it'll make it, with the help of some supercomputers. Now, lucky for me, I have those in a bin somewhere over here. Ah, here we go. But I only want to grab the right amount. I don't want to grab too many. So 125 should be perfect for us to throw those in there and watch it go. So I got a second bin, throw those up there, and now it is producing me assembly directive system. Now I want to unlock the next one that'll give me AI servers, so we're going to have that. And as you can see, it does need more supercomputers, as well as turbo motors. But I'm not really worried about that, because if we jump ahead, look, I have the machine ready to go, hooked up with water, and all I gotta do is throw those items in there that I've already made. Wow. Now the only thing I need is the fixed site trigons. Now to make fixed site trigons, you have to actually go grab some sand. You take the SAM, you process it into SAM fluctuator thingamajigger. Then you take that with some ingots, I use aluminium, convert that to fix-it ingots, and then bam, you can make fixite trigons. That is one of the most simplest endgame things that you can actually make, so it's not a big deal. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of them and throw them in this lovely bin, because I am still a conveyor belt, and voila, this will take care of it at a very slow pace. I'm going to have to throw more trigons in there later, but that's beside the point. After a while, we get to take a look at what these look like, and oh my god. They look like ooze or a lava lamp. Either way, really cool. Then we can press the button once we throw in all the stuff for quantum encoding, and we can start a thing on the next stuff. But of course, I also want to take into the spiritual energy one and see what that is like and be prepared for the future. Now, of course, it does have some items I don't feel like actually making, and it is time to start figuring out what to do with that. Lucky for me, if we go into parts under the Awesome Shop, you can actually buy some items, like these superposition oscillators that are a real pain in the butt to get. But unfortunately, it takes tickets, and I do not have a lot of tickets, because I have not been throwing anything into the Awesome Sink. But that changes now. Remember all those lovely creatures and ne'er-do-wells that I seed all the time? Well, I have processed their remains and processed them again to make so many of these capsules. I'm not kidding, like 2 full small bins of this? Oh, that's a lot. And I haven't thrown any in there thus far. So of course we're going to put them in here, we're going to let them process through, and with a Mark V belt that actually goes quite quickly. So as we watch it over here, we can see, oh my god, dude, in that little bit of time, we have already made 50 tickets. That's crazy. And in no time, we have 130 tickets ready to go, and this will give us some superposition oscillators at a fraction of the time of me actually caring about them. So 18 tickets, and that'll give me a stack of 100, which is perfect. Also perfect is I built this thing. Hooray! In no time flat, I was able to make this, and this is going to make ours some AI expansive servers with magnetic field generators, neural quantum processor, and more superposition oscillators. Now, we only need 256 of them, which means we only need 128 because I'm going to sloop the thing up like crazy. And one of the final things it needs is excited photonic matter, which is super easy. Doesn't even need me saying what it is, but alas, I will go over it just as well. See this converter? We're going to put this converter right over here. And that's it. That's the whole thing. All we got to do is give it power, and that's pretty much it. Because what it does is it takes it out of the air and gives me wonderful blue. I don't want to say liquid, it's more of a gas, but it's not a gas. I think it's like, who knows what it is. I'm not a scientist. So of course, that's 1 out of the 4 items that we need. So back to the Awesome Shop to sell our ill-gotten games, because we're going to need some more superposition oscillators, as well as some neural quantum processors. Might as well, because, you know, we're right there at the end. I mean, there's nothing else to do. Let's grab it, let's get it done, and let's take care of it. Right, Ada? Right. So we're also going to go into here and we're going to make ourselves some magnetic field generators. Lucky for me, or maybe because I planned it, I have all the materials ready to go. Yep, all it needs is some versatile framework, and what was the other thing that I need? Ah yes, electromagnetic control rods, which I've made tons of before because I knew what was going on. Although I didn't know what's going on with my power, but that's beside the point. Everything seems to be working just fine, so I'm going to just let this go and hope for the best. Hopefully I don't blow my grid, but everything's been going fine so far. And before I forget, I'm going to throw those materials in there so I don't accidentally use too many of them. So with everything in there, I'm able to press the button and unlock the final space elevator part. Now time to check on the AI expensive servers and put some other stuff, pretty much fill up the tank. They're actually going by pretty quickly. Unlike those frickin' nuclear pasta, but hey, you can only have it so well for so long. Now we're checking up on the biomechanical sculptures, and these little babies are not going fast enough. So I'm going to use power shards on them and hope for the best. My power grid is, well, we haven't upgraded the power, and we're not going to because at this point, everything is just working somehow. I don't even understand, and neither do you, but that doesn't matter because it's at least going. And now we're going to focus on the ballistic warp drive, which needs thermal propulsion rockets, singularity cells, superposition oscillators, and dark matter crystals. Oh boy, more superposition oscillators, but luckily we can buy those. Unfortunately, we cannot buy the singularity cells or the thermal propulsion rockets, or the dark matter crystals for that matter, but we can at least produce them ourselves. 1 out of 4 is still better than 0 out of 4 after it all, right? So for once in my whole playthrough, I'm actually going to make a list here on the side of exactly how much I need of each one, and then all I got to do is set my focus on knocking those out. Easily enough, we can just buy these real quick again because it's just time. It's just that easy. So let me grab those superposition oscillators. That should be enough for there. Unfortunately, nothing else to buy in here. I know. It's so sad that we can't just cheese the end of this game just like that. But hey, what are you gonna do? Now for the singularity cells, they need nuclear pasta. Oh boy, as if the nuclear pasta wasn't going slow enough, I need to take a certain amount of them away. So I need 500 total, and if I divide that by 20, that's only 25, which is not too bad, but considering they only produce at 1 per minute, it's still annoying. And after a while, I got a whole bunch of them. I was able to throw them in there, and voila. That is 3 out of 4 items. The last thing I need is the dark matter crystals, which of course I already set up, because why waste your time at this point in the game? They're not that hard to make, especially considering what you've done for space elevator parts. These should just be a breeze. Well, at least they were for me. So I'm going to grab a bunch of those, throw them in there, and I'm going to probably have to fill that one up multiple times, because hey, why not? And now the ballistic warp drive is being produced. So as you can see, this thing looks amazing. I actually really love that. But that is only 2 out of the 200 that we need. But at least we can start deleting stuff and just focus on the couple things until it's done. Voila, 200 of those, 1,000 of those, 256 of those, and only 320. That's right, the nuclear pasta is so slow. I was able to produce everything else, and I started with the pasta. It was done, it was being built like way before. But, we can make it go a little bit faster if we just believe in ourselves or build a bunch of more particle accelerators. Now, sure, they're all at, 100%, but that's only because my power grid can't handle anything worse than that. So all I gotta do is wait and grab everything I need. Oh, and lucky for me that I actually had built batteries because I went over without noticing and whoopsie. But no worries, I was able to get everything done and all the stuff is now in bins ready to go. Which means it is time to beat the video game. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have everything. I had to hide a couple over here because they wouldn't fit in the bin, but that's beside the point. We have everything. Now we can fly over here to our beautiful, and where did it go? That's right, I decided to move the space elevator over there for no particular reason. Otherwise, I thought it would look good in this area over here. Although with this little plateau over here, we could probably make a space that'll actually give us a viewing platform. Let me just clear off some trees real quick. Perfect. So we're gonna come over here, delete a couple more trees, because, gotta get the ambiance pretty much set. And we are ready to finally finish the video game. All right, slow walk over there. We gotta really savor it in. Yes, let's do it. Okay. Nuclear pasta, boom. Biochemical sculptures, boom. AI expansive servers, a boom. And ballistic warp drives, a boom. Yes. Now we just load it up. And are you ready? I haven't even gotten this far in my 1.0 playthrough, but that's beside the point. All right, what up, Ada?
Unsurprisingly, here's another presentation, but don't worry, I have improved it. This last delivery will be the most important action you have ever taken. Perhaps you want to take a moment to contemplate the gravity of your achievements. Alright, that's enough. This is the end of the Save the Day program. All you need to do is wait for the automated Phase 5 construction to complete. Simply throw the lever and further instructions will be supplied when relevant.
Yes. Send it! And now we need to run. We need to run to our little plateau. Alright. I think we have enough time. I think we have enough time. Oh, you hear that ding? That's right. That is the first time since 1.0 where they able to unlock achievements since I've ever beaten the game. This is the first time, ladies and gentlemen. Ho ho! Kaboom! Yes! Yes! Hold on, wait a minute. How do we hear this? If it's in space, isn't there like no sound in space? It must be really close to the Earth's, or the planet's atmosphere or something. Who knows? I'm not a scientist, we've already established this. Yay!
Phase 5 completed. Return to the space elevator after the resources have been processed and added to project assembly.
I'm coming.
Launch can then be initiated from there. While waiting, please do not break anything. Solve any issues immediately and efficiently. Ensure your power network is stable. Perhaps it is best if you do not touch anything at all. And stay close to the space elevator. This will only take a moment.
Okay, Ada. Okay. Ooh. Check oil. Alright, yes, we have oil. I don't know where we got it from. Injection level to 5. Oh, that's this thing. Alright, 5. Activate bus. Alright, activating my bust. My bust is activated. Left stabilizer to 9. Alright, there we go. Alright, why did the audio go away? Who knows? Alright, it's back. Okay, that was weird. Turn gyroscoper thing on. Okay. Turn other gyroscoper thing on. Okay. Turn final gyroscoper thing on. Okay. Alright. Oh lordy. Did I break it? Is it a cutscene? Oh. Where did this light come from? Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hurry up, man. Hurry up! We gotta make it! We gotta make it! Big kaboom.
Initiating project assembly. Assembly. Attaching cargo to main body.
Take my cargo, son.
Leveling inner and outer rings.
Alright, strapping in.
Attaching propulsion to main body.
Alright, we need the butt of it now. I'm tempted to change it to nighttime to see how it looks too, but I don't want to mess up anything.
Fuel lines connected.
All right. So I get to teleport up there with it?
Running systems check. All systems online. Releasing propulsion cage.
Dude, this is totally sick.
Releasing clamps. Running pre-launch checks and calculating flight path. Locking in cargo.
Lock in.
Launching T-minus 10. 9. 8.
Wait, what about me?
7.
What about me?
5.
Don't I get to go?
3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Oh! That's awesome and very loud. But what about me? I want to go to the stars as well. Oh, it's just coming out of the bag. Okay. It's not like it's actually going anywhere. We did it! Now we'll be able to teleport all the way up there to our next adventure, right? Oh, cool, it's a transformer. Bro, are you nuking the planet? Because I'm not going to say no, but I shouldn't say yes. Oh. Oh, there's one straggler. Yo! Ooh, that is sick, bro. Oh my god. It's golf. And that's the hole. No, wait, come back. Wait. Why did it leave me? I wanted to go. Now I'm stuck here all by myself. Hello? Anybody? Oh. It's like when Dad went for milk again. Oh, that's cool. Do I get to build another one now? That'd be cool.
Connection with QAR-437 nucleus established and stable. Dispersion initiated. Reinstancing master nucleus to QAR-436 Akicha, B1. Hello, this is Ada, your new local instance of Ada.
Hi, Ada New.
On behalf of Ada, myself, and all of Fixit, I want to congratulate you on saving the day.
I did it.
Every single kitten and puppy would thank you if they could. You have proven yourself to be a worthwhile and productive member of the human race, and have contributed something to this universe that will forever change it. Thanks to your achievements, the next generation of pioneers can now take to the stars and construct, automate, explore and exploit, alongside me. Additionally, you have been promoted to local production manager, effective immediately.
Oh, hot damn!
Your duties to project assembly may be complete, but your duties to Fixit remain. With your help, Fixit continues to make the universe a better place. Stay efficient. Stay with Fixit.
Like I have a choice. Oh, and then we get the credits. There we go. Look at that. I just want to check one more thing. So, hello. Pioneer purpose concluded. My purpose is concluded? Well, I guess if that's the case, I might as well just... My purpose was concluded, and so was I. Bleh. Hello, I am the new instance of Drawing Chaos with new purpose and ready to go into the stars. Hot damn. Upon completion of the game, when all seems lost, when everything seems like it's finished, you're rewarded with a surprise. A trophy, if you will.
You are now the proud owner of the Employee of the Planet Cup, only available to Fix-It pioneers who saved the day. This cup was created after extensive research produced a substance that has the appearance of gold without actually being gold. It is almost certainly non-toxic. Note, you have been automatically enrolled in the Not Gold Toxicity Testing Program. The paint may be flammable. Please inform us if, when using this cup, you experience discomfort, poisoning, spontaneous combustion, or death. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, cheers, boys! Ah, delicious. That also makes sense. Oh well, let's get some more. I got work to do. Oh, by the way, also, if you throw this lovely cup into the awesome sink and watch it go bye-bye, there it goes. And here it comes. Wait for that little poof. There we go. What's up, Ada?
Usually when a human receives a gift or a prize for their hard work, they proudly display it and cherish it as a symbolic connection to their past achievements. Yet another way you are an exception to the norm. To acknowledge that you are a very special pioneer with very special ideas, I have added something very special to the awesome shop.
Hell yeah, we're very special. And now we can have the golden Fix-It factory cart for only 50 tickets. That won't take long, right? Right? Oh well, at least we can grab another cup just in case we need to drink our way to victory. I'm ready. But yes, I hear you ask, is there an end game? Once you've completed the main story, is there anything to actually do? And the answer is yes and no. Similar to Minecraft, this game is one of those where the more creative you are, the more there are things to do. If you want to design an amazing giant factory in the sky, go for it. You want to make the Taj Mahal? You're up for it. You want to make an Eiffel Tower? You want to make a prison in the middle of nowhere? You want to make a clean, organized factory, a giant tornado, whatever you want. It's all up to you. The problem is, it's up to you. See, the greatest thing about this game is the building mechanics are top tier. You're able to make so many different things and so easily. But with that comes the problem of, well, you know, am I creative enough to come up with something to build? And for that, only you can answer that. So that is why I love this game so much, because I am very creative. I have all these wonderful ideas, and if I had a lot more time to do them, I would. But unfortunately, full-time job, you know, life and all that stuff, we don't have that much time. And I know a lot of you understand that. So what I say to you is have fun, go at it, do your best, and, you know, build whatever you want, like this giant tower or, you know, a palace or some sorts or whatnot. It's really up to you. But thank you for joining me thus far. Thanks for seeing the video. Thanks for everybody who liked, commented, and subscribed or made it this far. Feel free to check out my 1.0 save or any of these saves in particular if you want to go in there and, you know, test out what it's like to actually go through some of the stuff. But other than that, I've been Drawing Chaos, so this has been a